Oh, it's the 19th of August 2018 at 12:30 p.m. I I had the big meal planned with Ben yesterday. I made a pizza. It worked out really well too. Got a bottle of white wine, as I was making my pizza, I was pleased with the way it turned out. It was just really, I didn't burn the bottom. I'll put it to you that way. It's really good. I ate the whole thing in the end. And as I was making, I thought, any money you like, she won't come. And she just won't come. And there'll be some excuse for it. So anyway, 1 o'clock came. She was due at 1 o'clock. Ah, no, damn, she's not here. I'm hungry. What do I do? Do I eat or do I wait? You know, it'd be a bit silly if she turned up at 1:30, said, "Oh, sorry, a bit late." Oh, I just ate and drank half the wine. So I'll wait. Anyway, it came about 1:20 actually. Got an email. I couldn't process the payment because I paid for a drink 2 days ago, and I said, "Fine, hun, keep the money. Just that's it. That'll do. That's just let's cut the loss." Um, and I've taken it all the way to the end. I had a look at the thing. Yeah, she hasn't verified the account or something. So she probably tried to. You know, she probably would have done it if she'd got the money, but she hadn't verified the account or they've closed out or something. I thought, I really don't care. Yeah, what I'm saying is it was probably a genuine thing. It wasn't some sort of scammy thing. I just don't care because I'm treating it like a business. I don't, like you've got to take care of some of the stuff you're in. It's a business. They don't seem to understand. They don't look at it that way. I don't know how they are looking at it, but I tell them I'm looking at it as a business. Yeah, it's just I want to see whether I can get it to work. But no, they can't. None of them can. They just, I don't know. They just, no, they just can't get there. I don't know why. Whether it's my suspicion is, and I think my wife had the same thing. Always trying to bag a profit, always trying to grab whatever they can, here and now. Very short-sighted. I'm trying to say, look, it was a $10 couple of beers and a pizza, right? $10. She would have made $2 or $3 out of it. That's actually half a day's, or up probably more like a day's labour on a farm. Oh, that's for spending an hour is pretty easy money, I thought. Yeah, but anyway, no, it's just no. They'd rather get $50. And so, I thought about that. I didn't really care, and I just thought, but it had taken it to what I was happy about is I'd taken it to the right till the end, because the other day when she called me and said, you want to have a drink? I thought, my first thought was, no, couldn't be bothered. Forget it. She said, okay. And then I thought about it, for a day or so. No, let's just try this one more time. See whether you, just so it's right, final, finished. Anyway, she didn't turn up. And I went to bed last night, and I was. So the main motivation there is, they're desperate. It's absolute desperation. All right, and there's an old saying in business, for success, you only have to become desperate enough, and once you get to that absolute desperation, that's when it works. And until you're really desperate, you don't get there. So I was sort of relying on that idea. But yeah, it seems to be a short circuit. It's just sort of. Yeah, my wife had the same problem too. And I got to thinking about it, I thought, actually, when you think about all women, or anybody in the narc zone, actually, it's like this. It's like you're going for the cheese and you get a non-lethal zap every time. It's not like it's enough to kill you. It's just zap, zap. And so that was just, that was another, just another letdown. And I'm trying to sort of put it all together. I think it's a product of cultural Marxism. in all honesty. That they've been trying to introduce slowly, over the last 50 years. And they're trying to overwrite a process that's gone throughout all human history. And that's men like taking care of women and kids. They like being important to them. That's just how it is, unfortunately. I mean, you can say whatever you like and try and change it, but that's actually how we've been for thousands of years. And it's just so ingrained in our psyche. It's, to think you can just come along in a space of 25, 30, 40 years, just change it like that. It doesn't work. And in fact, I think it'll kick back eventually. But what this cultural Marxism relies on is death by a thousand cuts. Just a little bit of change here. Just change it, and that's a change that, if it happened, if I ran into people like I run into today, back in when I was in 1970, say, they'd be laughed out, they'd be shouted. It's just like, what? You just didn't do and say things like that, but it's become acceptable, just slowly. But by doing this, I've actually gone right back, even prior to 1970, prior to God, never. You just get rid of all of that, and then it's just suddenly none of it's acceptable, and it just doesn't bother you anymore. But this is what women particularly, or anybody in this zone, you go over to get the cheese, zap. You think, no, I think it might work. I could do this. I've got it all stacked up in my head that, you zap, get you. For $10, crazy. Because I don't know how much money they're leaving on the plate. But either, I don't know whether it's some sort of competition or what. I don't care. What's more important to me, believe it or not, I hear all of these people talking about how bad women are and that sort of thing. To me, it's all irrelevant. I'm not them. Can you see what I'm saying? I've got to live in my own head. So I need to overwrite this thousands of years of evolution or whatever, of men taking care of women and being in a certain role. I'm not an arc. I'm wonderful. I can do that. It's because it's ingrained, and it'll come out eventually. So I had to find a way to overwrite it somehow. And this is going to sound strange, but what I found myself thinking last night is, this is weird. I don't really understand it yet, but I've spent most of my life trying to work with people, I do this, you do that, and that sort of, and if I do this, then you respond that way, and you don't zap me. I go to eat the cheese. We work together. I've been trying to go that way, and I think I've reached a point where I think I'm up against cultural Marxism, and that's this. You go to get the cheese and you get zapped. I think that's and I think it's permeated the whole world. And that's the thing. So if you go to you go to do something, you'll just get zapped. And frankly, I'm getting that way too. I live on my own. I'm becoming. I have to become self-reliant. So it's probably, this is strange, but it turned around to, in my mind I thought, now what I have to do is provide value for people. I have to actually be the opposite of, let's say, being an AB. I have to be the opposite of that. Okay, they're unreliable. They simply don't turn up, which doesn't surprise me. But I have to be the opposite of that. And the only way you can be totally opposite of it is to do and choose businesses that you yourself can run by yourself, and you're the boss. You're up against the market. YouTube is full of guys that women too, I suppose, but yeah, they are one man bands. They're doing everything themselves, and the technology is there to do it. And so I thought maybe this is I don't know. It's obvious. I remember Peter Schiff saying the only people in America that are making it nowadays, entrepreneurially, I'm not talking about corporate, I'm entrepreneurially, are single players, guys by themselves that somehow manage to muddle through and get through. And he said, people, those businesses that rely on, having employees and whatever, they're failing. They're just not working at all. But the only ones that seem to be working are guys on, single people, single sole traders or whatever. That stuck in my mind. I thought, I have to say, it's I've taken this idea of working with people as far as I possibly can, and I don't even know why I did it. It didn't work with my wife, and I've got a couple of other ideas that don't rely on other people. But then AB came along, and I went back to, I thought, okay, I'll just try this one more time. And it's probably wasted a year or so, but I mean I've learned quite a bit of other stuff in the process. But yeah, it just seems to be. That's what I found with the bookkeeper support business we set up. It was only stuff that she could do. It wasn't something that we could get other people to do. I really think that's going to be the new age. It won't happen. There'll be jobs around for a long time, the corporations, what have you. But I think that's the new world. It's individualism. It's funny because cultural Marxism is all about collectivism and doing away with capital and that sort of thing. Yeah, this is nothing to do with capitalism. What I'm talking about, it's a different way of thinking. It's where you don't need capital, in this space. You really only. You need a little money, but not much. It's not like you need tens of thousands, of hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to set up anything. No, it's just, you can get going. I mean, people do it. They do rather well. But the idea is to provide value. And also, there are a lot of things to it. But see, this is the problem. But I think I've finally got an image in mind where I think, no, this is unfortunately, and I've taken and I've given it every possible opportunity to say, look, and I've just taken it to the nth degree that no, it's and I'm very, very relaxed about it. When Bing spoke to me, I said, look, no problems, just keep the money, but just don't talk to me again. I wasn't angry, I wasn't upset at all. It's just no point. There's no point in me being angry. What's the point? It's just not working, and it doesn't want to work, which was odd because I thought if anybody was going to have going to have an objection or some sort of reservation, it would be the guys. Usually, it's the customers, not the service. But that's the way it is. And I think with Filipinos, they won't do anything out of the ordinary. No. If all the other Filipinos aren't doing it, they won't do it either because they don't want to be different. That's what the funny thing is. That's what's keeping them poor, and that's what the West are going for. It's socialism. It's everybody the same, egalitarian. Yeah. So yeah, they're as poor as church. It doesn't matter. The house is falling down. They've got no money. No, they're not going to do anything different. No, they don't want to be. They don't want to be different. They'll do sex shows or anything else because other Filipinos do that. A lot of Filipinos do the sex shows. Yeah. So they all do the same thing. They're as poor as hell. I mean, that's how things. This is how people do well. They come up with unusual, different things. And people say, gee, I like that, it's just a matter of getting the right one. Yeah, but these people, no, we've got to be the same as everybody else. And I look at it, I think, that's socialism. That's what happens. Yeah. So, good luck. I'll be dead and gone by then, thank God. But yeah, I mean, the West is taking on socialism, and they've got this idea it's going to be a utopia. Take a look at the Philippines sometime. There's no utopia there, and it doesn't surprise me that the birth-death rate of business is, it's gone the other way. More businesses are closing than opening at now. It's gone into a death spiral. Yeah, so whereas before it was, you were encouraged to do different things and, innovate and be creative. Try and do that with a third world person. Try and do that with a socialist. You can't. It's impossible. You go zip 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 zip. Yeah. So so that's the end of that chapter. Thank God. I finally, yep, that's what it is. Zap 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 zap. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. I can't believe. I don't know what. Really, I should just forget it. That's it. Bang. Done. Okay, it's been good talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.